Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Wild Arms 1. This is Kajak, and this is episode 5, I believe? I'm pretty sure it's 5. Yeah. Anyways, we just made it back inside the castle after Adelaide was attacked by, demons. And normally, well, I don't know about normally, but for a lot of people this might be the first time they actually are messing around in the castle, so there's a lot of goodies you can go pick up if you need to. But we are just going to accidentally click off screen. That's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna go ahead and progress the story. Because I really hope I'm not wrong, but I think we already came and got all the stuff from the castle in an earlier episode. Oh no, the king is injured! Holy crap! I'll just speak to Cecilia. Okay, so this is actually something I like about this series of games. You know, you have the ability to hit start and, you know, change between characters so you can, you know, use your different tools and so on and so forth. And quite a few games have the ability to switch to a different character as, like, the character that is represented on screen. But not very many of them actually force you to swap to a new character to talk to people, you know, as being the person talking to them, you know? It's not like it's a huge deal. I just thought it was, you know, kind of clever. I believe I know of a person who has gotten stuck a time or two because they didn't think about swapping, but not that I'm gonna hold it against them. Oh crap. That does not sound like a very good scenario to be in. What are we gonna do about it? What are we gonna do? Okay. Yeah, sure, we can just hand it over. Or we can't. Of course we couldn't. Obviously not. And of course, the artifact that the princess randomly has is some imaginable power. Why is it always like that? And why am I getting, like, little pop-ups? That's freaking annoying. I'm sorry, I'll try and stay on top of that, guys. I've been sitting here pressing X, but it's not doing anything. Or wasn't doing anything. So, now that I think about it, let me go off on a tangent as we go through some dialogue here. Now that I think about it, this is probably the first money video that I've done in about 2 months, which I have to apologize for. I don't really, as per normal, have any great excuses, but there have been a lot of different things happening in my life recently. I did get a promotion at my job, so things have been a little hectic there, and my girlfriend's mother did pass away, which is unfortunate, and, you know, caused a lot of stuff to deal with there. I still could have been making updates, you know, all those things combined with laziness and getting distracted by other stuff kind of just, you know, made what it is. But I'll try not to do that again to you guys, so that's that. I'm gonna try and get squared away on a couple of videos, you know, get squared away on a couple of things, actually, so I have more time to make some videos, but at the same time, just get a couple of videos kind of backlogged, so that, so I can, let's go ahead and say, just in case. And I've been having audio troubles again, which is why there's actually a save at this location already. It's because I've been trying to test stuff. But yeah. So, that's that. But yeah, like I was saying, I will try to keep a backlog, or get a backlog, so that we don't have to face this issue much anymore. So yeah, what we're doing now is we have to escape from the castle. And this is actually can be a very annoying and frustrating part for a lot of people. Basically, any guard that you touch, you can get pretty close to them, but any guard that you touch will immediately get you sent back to your room, and you just have to keep going until you know, actually escape. It's a pretty big annoyance because the castle's relatively large, and there's 3 different types of guards. There's guards that'll just stand still, which aren't hard to avoid. But then there's guards that move, right? And they move relatively slowly, so they're not that hard to avoid, but when you get into narrow hallways, they can be a very big pain in the ass. And then there's really fast guards that are going to be sprinting after you like this, okay? Now, basically a couple of the sprinting guards are just luck. You're just going to have to do it multiple times. The other issue is that there is a correct path, so there is a right way to do it, so it can take people a long time to figure it out. And I know a lot of people have been really frustrated by it before, but all you gotta do is this. Okay, so this part is actually the hardest part. Just take your time, come down here, okay? Well, don't touch that guy. Okay, so this guy is the guy that causes most people problems, okay? And he's too close to us. We're not gonna be able to get away from him. There's no head start you can get there, okay? So we're gonna get sit back, and I will try to show you what you can do to hopefully get around him. Now once you get around him, there is one other sticky situation, but it's really not that hard. So once you get around him, you're probably okay as long as you know where you're going. So what you want to do real fast is you want to aim down like that and hope that he doesn't make it past the wall, right? Okay, so here we can take our time. It's a little slow, but we basically just don't want to accidentally run into anyone, okay? Now there's another slow guard right there, and another slow guard right there, and another one there. So, okay, those guys, no big deal, okay? We're inside, right. So basically we have to get to the secret entrance, and I don't know if she mentioned where the secret entrance is, but it's in the kitchens. So we're trying to make it to the kitchens. And this is the other tricky part, because this is another fast guard. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk in and immediately run left. See? He just starts coming at you. Okay? But bam, that's all it is. So really, it's just that beginning guard and that second guard right there. But as long as you immediately start running from the second guard, you'll make it. The first guard is just a crapshoot, honestly. Like, you want to start running as soon as you can, but he may or may not already be in your way, and if he's already in your way, you're not going to get around him. So, that's all that is. Hell, honestly, I could have done that in like 30-40 seconds, even with a couple resets. But I know people have spent, I don't know, probably a good 20-30 minutes on it before. Yay! That is a horrible secret exit, by the way. Right. Okay, here we go. Dungeon crawling again. Okay. And, okay, that part in the castle and this particular part right here, or this particular dungeon, from what I have heard from friends and random people online, is the most common place for people to stop playing this game. And we're gonna switch over to Jack. And the reason being is because people get really fed up with the part in the castle, and then they come into this dungeon, and this dungeon's not hard. There's no really like crazy puzzles or anything, but it's basically just a giant maze, and it can be very frustrating for people. Kind of like me going the wrong direction right there already. But, so, yeah, basically people get really frustrated at the castle, and then they get stuck down here fighting battle after battle after battle. Which, I mean, I can understand. That would get pretty frustrating. But I promise you, it's a great game. Oh, God. I think I got the volume pretty good, and I'm trying not to talk too loud because that's a problem I have, is I try to talk over the volume when I get into a video. I know the audio of the game is not going to be nearly as loud as it sounds to me currently, so I know I don't need to be doing that. And I'm trying to actively not do that, but, you know, I apologize for any times that I fail to actually manage that. Downwards we go. I'm gonna go this way. And to be honest, like, I'm not... If I miss something, like if I miss an apple or something like that, feel free to tell me. Not that I can go back to all of these places, but I can go back to some of these places. And some of the items are worth it, but I mean, I believe I'm familiar enough to not miss anything too important, but I'll probably miss a couple chests here and there. I'm trying to show you guys all of the chests, just because I'm a bit of a completionist, and it annoys me to not get everything, you know? But at the same time, like, I'm not actively, what's the word no, I want to go down. I'm not trying to be, like, the best I can possibly be at this game, you know? That serious look on her face. I'm also kind of getting over a cold, so I apologize if I'm sniffling over here. Oy vey. But yeah, so crazy life recently. Things have been hectic. I've been playing a lot of Path of Exile, and I've been playing a lot of Dawn Gate. I don't really know why I'm playing Dawn Gate. It's an alright game, but it's not, like, amazing. I'm looking forward to WildStar when it comes out soon. I have no idea if I should actually be looking forward to WildStar when it comes out or not, but I am. You know, we'll see how it goes. God, I love this music. It's so soothing. Like, before I started recording, actually, I was eating dinner with my girlfriend, and like, I booted up the game to, you know, check and make sure all the settings were right, and like I said, I was fiddling around with the audio, trying to fix things, and so on and so forth. But while we were eating, I just actually had the game open, to where my save state was, and we were just sitting there well, I was just sitting there listening to it. She was making fun of me for sitting there listening to it. Alright, so really not a very difficult dungeon. I mean, there's no boss. The enemies are really easy. The frogs hit kind of hard, I guess, but the biggest problem is that it's a really big maze dungeon, and if you don't know where you're going, like, Well, I mean, that just kind of sucks, you know? Okay, so what we actually want to do real fast is go ahead and use heal berries to get us up to full. Because we actually have a little bit of a fight coming up. Maybe? Kinda, sorta? And like last time, you can sit here and fight all the guys in the town. They're relatively easy, and I want to say they give decent experience, but we're just gonna go directly to the center to Belselk, which I don't. The original translations for this game were just crazy. Like, Jack is not Jack. Jack is supposed to be Zack. It's not supposed to be Jack Van Buris. It's supposed to be freaking Zack Van Brace. Like some of the translations, I'm like, okay, that's actually better. Like, Belselk is supposed to be Berserk, you know? Because that's just what he is. He's the demon Berserk. But I don't know. I guess, honestly, Belselk's a better name than Berserk is. So I guess I can't be too mad about crappy translations. Especially since I freaking played the game when I was, what, like, I don't know, 7 or 8. Worrying about crappy translations wasn't really a thing at that time for me, so... Oh shit. That revenge... Man, you so cocky, Belselk. What the fuck? Alright, so... Boss battle! And everything goes red. That's never a good sign. Alright. So, Belselk's actually a really interesting fight. I guess really interesting. So basically what we're going to do is we're just going to constantly psycho crack with freaking Jack. We're going to try and build up Rudy's force so he can start launching shots at everyone. And with Cecilia, we're going to fucking shield her. Because Belselk is actually, like, I guess he's doing the whole holding back thing. So Belselk has 3 things that he can actually do in this fight. He can do Disrupting Flail, which is a single attack, okay? And it just hit Rudy for nearly 200 damage. Rudy for nearly 200 damage. Yeah. So he hits like a fucking truck. And then he has another Flail that hits everyone for like 100 damage. So he basically single targets for about 200 damage on Jack and Rudy. And he can potentially one-shot a lower level Cecilia. Our Cecilia is what? She's level 5, so... And I made sure to shield her at the very beginning. So she shouldn't get one-shot, you know? But it gets pretty fucking close! Yeah, that shit's crazy. And the crazy thing about Belselk is sometimes his speed just goes up. So sometimes he's just gonna randomly get an attack in when you don't expect it. And it can, like right now, I'm really hoping, actually I'm not even gonna hope. So here's what you can do in these scenarios. Don't take the chance. If you lose Cecilia, you might not lose the fight, but you're going to have to expend a lot of resources to shit on a sickle. Okay, so what you theoretically would do is you would use Accelerator, but I don't have enough force, so that sucks. So what we're going to do instead is we're going to heal Barry, and we're going to heal her as well. Jack will almost always be faster than Belselk, especially if, like, he's, I don't know, 6 or higher, you know? And here we go, Spinning Flail. See, Spinning Flail is actually what you want him to use, because you're like, oh, well, you know, he just did more damage to everyone. Except it's not that big of a deal, because every time he uses Spinning Flail, he's giving force to all of your characters, which you desperately want. So Cecilia has, because she's got an attack, and like what, twice now, she has freaking 2 bars of force. So what we can do is we can Mystic a Healberry, which is going to completely recover everyone, and theoretically we won't have any problems as long as Belselk doesn't like do one of his random I'm gonna be faster than you scenarios. That's really the only time you should die, or should have a character death. You should never lose this fight, but you might have a character death if Belselk does one of his I'm faster than everyone moments. Which the best way to avoid that is to use Accelerator on Jack. But honestly, yeah, it shouldn't be that big of a problem. If you come in here at like level like 4-ish, you're really asking for trouble though. So I highly recommend, like, if you're not at least 5 on everyone by the time you get here, go back into the freaking dungeon or fight guys around town until you're 5 or 6. But yeah, so he hasn't even done. This kind of sucks. We got the hard Belselk. What the fuck? So the other thing he can actually do, and we're not gonna Mystic. We're gonna just heal Cecilia. The other thing he can actually do is do nothing. He'll just sit there and taunt you. And normally, I mean, he doesn't do it constantly, but normally see, right there, come and get me. Normally he doesn't do it constantly, but he'll probably do it a good 4 or 5 times throughout the fight. And it really makes the fight a lot easier because, you know, you have this turn of downtime to heal everyone back up. But I guess he just decided he didn't want to do something like that. And on this, I never ever will attack with Cecilia on this. Like, because in this case, I would rather just go ahead and preemptively heal her. Because, I don't know, she has 1 in 3 chance of getting freaking single auto attacked for most of her health, and then she has a chance to get, you know, 100 of her health done. So, I don't know. I know people bitch at me for treating Cecilia like such a heal bot, but I don't know. In the beginning of the game, she really is. She's 100% there to cast heal on your party members and freaking, like, look at that shit. Fucking damn, Rudy. Cast heal on your party members and mystic healberries. That's what she's there for, is mysticking healberries. I'll just go ahead and heal Rudy. I'm okay with that. He should be going down relatively soon. We've been fighting him for a while now. Yeah, there we go. Alright, not too bad. He's such an ass. That a-hole. Okay, like this fucking part. Right, so. Yep. What you're thinking is gonna happen is about to happen. And I would like to go ahead and point out that those fucking golems are several tons. Remember? Remember, like, aren't most of them several hundred tons? And yet, 3 of those guys apiece can carry them. Do you have any idea how strong those guys have to be? How strong their wings have to be? Are you shitting me? And yeah, good job, Cecilia. You done fucked up. I mean, you didn't really have an option, but you done fucked up. I like this part. We were going to volunteer anyways, but you shouldn't come. Harsh. Very harsh. And then he's like, no. So it's basically, I'll go as long as you don't. Fucking A. This is a pretty good part, though. Yeah! Fuck yeah! Aww, that's sad. I'd also like to point out that he basically bitched her up and down because she didn't come out and straight say that she was the princess. And I wasn't paying that careful attention to the dialogue because I've read it 1,000 times before. But if I remember correctly, she still didn't come out and say she was actually the princess. I mean, obviously she is. But he bitched at her for not being direct and honest about it, and she still hasn't been direct and honest about it. Nice, very nice. So I was actually having problems with this part because the audio wasn't playing, and I figured out, I think, a couple reasons why. I hope that it doesn't start messing up. Jeez, the audio for this game is such a crapshoot. I legitimately have 3 different codecs that I'm using at different times because some of the codecs, or one of the codecs, works perfectly with like the opening movie, right? Works amazingly. And neither of the other 2 codecs, no matter how I set them, will work perfectly. They'll work mostly, but they won't work perfectly with the opening movie. And then but that codec won't work with normal sound. And see, this codec's being all fuzzy and static at this part. I can't. Basically, there's like 3 different types of like sound files to this game or some crap, and it's basically like the normal game audio. And then 2 versions of like XA audios, and one is like the movie audios, and the other is the like scripted events audios like this. That and I don't know, it's crazy. It's a really powerful scene though. When I was a kid. Except for the fact that every single one of these people, 2 blonde people, 1 brunette, 2 blonde, 1 brunette, 2 blonde, 1 brunette. You guys couldn't have mixed that up a little bit? Like, really? You're busting my chops here, guys. Like, or I guess that's, no, busting my balls would be better in that scenario. really sure how this was all supposed to work out, though. Like, she's technically the heir now, you know. But she's running off on a wild adventure to save the world. The teardrop. We're not going to say world just yet. Alright, looks like I'm going to have to do some more playing around with the audio codecs, because this one's going crazy again. I'm sorry for that, y'all. I'll try to get that pinned down so that none of the audio's screwed up anymore. But honestly, I'm happy to be back in the LPing saddle and in the LPing saddle, and I hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys are glad that I'm back. Alright, we gotta fetch the princess. I like this, you hold still for too long, it shows you, hey, the princess is there waiting. Hey, the princess is there waiting. So, this isn't that big of a deal. Just, go over here and grab the princess. Alright, and I don't want to, well, we're about 30 minutes anyways, and I don't want to deal with the audio being messed up anymore, so I'm going to go ahead and save and cut here. There we go. And hopefully I'll get that audio fixed for next time. Actually, I don't think it's even a hopeful. I don't think I am going to have to, even if I have to manage multiple freaking plugins at a time while recording, I will be doing that rather than just dealing with the audio, because I can't do that anymore. It's killing me. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I'm glad to be back, and look forward to future videos. Hopefully we'll be getting some ogre battle in this weekend and get that backlog started up. Thanks guys, check you later.